What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. Today's video, I'm going to be showcasing some incredible solo builds that you can use to clear the 7-star Dark Terra Feraligator raid for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And of course, this solo build is actually incredibly safe. I don't think this raid is actually that hard once you get the right strategy going. And of course, guys, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Consider supporting the channel by joining the Pan Fam by hitting that join channel member button below. So diving right into it, we can see that the ability Sheer Force is on the Feraligator, and its moves is Crunch, Liquidation, Psychic Fangs, and Ice Punch. Now, all these moves are going to be getting a 30% damage boost, which is definitely scary. And it starts the raid with a Swords Dance on turn 0, so it starts at +2. It will use Earthquake one time. It will also use Dragon Dance one time as well. It is also Adamant Nature, and it has times 35 max HP. However, I would not be too afraid. Even if you're weak to Ice Punch or Psychic Fangs, I wouldn't be that afraid, because if you can lower its attack with either some good AI allies, like if you have Intimidators, like Staraptor or Tauros or Arcanine, you're going to be in a really good place for this solo run. And in general, it's not too scary. The important thing is it resets your stats at the 80% mark. It resets its own stats at the 65% mark. And it does drop all the Urban Mysticas. You know, you have a 15% chance of getting at least one Urban Mystica. I've gotten multiple from this raid. And you can get protein. So if you need some proteins, it's going to be a good raid to farm. Now, the best solo build, in my opinion, that is incredibly safe, and I've tested this multiple times, I believe is going to be Como-O. So Dragon Fighting is going to be pretty good because you do resist Liquidation and you do resist Crunch. However, you are going to be weak to Ice Punch and Psychic Fangs, but that's okay because they're not stab boosted or Terra boosted, and we do have Iron Defense to get through all that. We're going to be Terra Fighting with the item Shell Bell, max HP, max defense, with a plus defense nature. So that's all you really need for that. Your ability doesn't matter. And the moveset I like is Iron Defense, Body Press, Screech, and Breaking Swipe. And you don't really even need to use Screech. This is more like if you want to potentially make it a little bit faster, you could go for Screech. But the important thing is Iron Defense, Body Press increases your defense, so you use your defensive stat as your offensive stat. Stab, Terra boosted, super effective Body Press damage is going to hit very hard, and it's going to be pretty fast. Breaking Swipe is going to be our attacking move that we use to lower his attack in the beginning, so we can make the raid a bit easier for us, so we don't have to worry about pretty much dying. The only thing that could stop us really is a critical hit, but we have a lot of natural bulk as a Como-O, so we shouldn't have to worry. If you don't have Como-O built, you could use Archeodon with the Terra Fighting Shell Bell, literally the exact same thing. Your ability is Stamina, which is really nice, so you don't get the stab boost on Body Press, but you do get a +1 defense boost every time you get hit. So technically it's a little bit faster in that regard, but you do miss out on a little bit of DPS. And you do get Focus Energy. So I would have the Focus Energy here. You could even use this on like turn 2. And as long as you're alive, Focus Energy will stay on the field. You have a 50% chance of critting. If you don't have the DLC, Orpheum is actually a pretty good option as well with the Terra Fighting and the Shell Bell. Max HP, max defense. You can have Earth Eater because if you do get hit by that Earthquake, you'll get some HP back, which is pretty nice. And Iron Defense, Body Press is what you really need for the most part. And you can also spam Mud Slap in the beginning. You won't be lowering his attack stat, however, you'll be lowering his accuracy. So he may not just even hit you in general. And it's a pretty good build. But once again, the DPS is going to be a bit slower than the Archeodon and the Como-O. But if you don't have the DLC, then Orpheum's going to be a good build. Also, real quick, 2 solo builds. I think Galarian Weezing, probably with the Terra Fairy would be best. And the ability Levitate and max HP, max defense with a Bold Nature would be best. I didn't set it up, but to just give you an idea, you're going to be immune to Earthquake. You're going to resist Dark. And you can actually start the raid with a Clear Smog to remove the +2 from the Swords Dance. You can then hit a Will-O-Wisp and burn it. And then you can spam Acid Spray, lower the special defense, and then start spamming Strain Steam to do stab super effective damage. And if you want a Pokemon that also helps pretty well, Hisuian Quillfish with the item Eviolite is great. Max HP, max defense with a Bold Nature, Intimidate -1, so he starts at +1 in the raid. And then you can start spamming things like Chilling Water. You can also use Acid Spray to help any special attackers that are out there as well. Taunt can be decent, so he prevents the Dragon Dance later. And you have Acupressure, which you can use to buff your allies. So there's going to be some pretty solid supporters, but there's always going to be plenty. Solo this Feraligator. So who's our allies? So we got one Intimidator, which is incredibly helpful. I'll say this, if you can reset for any Intimidators, it's going to be awesome. even having Gardevoir is going to make it super easy. Because now he's only going to be at that +1 attack now. So, you know, pretty decent for us. So turn 1, we go for Iron Defense. The reason for this is he's going to remove our Terra Orb charge immediately. So why even waste it, right? Let's just get a little bit of defense. We take that Ice Punch really well. Even if he was +2, we still over 50%. We're going to be fine, right? So now we're going to start spamming Breaking Swipe. And we're going to be outspeed because we're a Como-O. He's going to get another minus to his attack. We get some Terra Charge Orb. We get a little bit of HP back, which is nice. And we're going to keep on doing this for a bit. We definitely want to get him the negatives. And also, we don't have to worry about freezing or anything like that. That's not an issue because he has Sheer Force, right? He gets additional 30% damage, but he doesn't get the secondary effects. So we don't have to worry about defense drops from Crunch or Liquidation. We don't have to worry about Ice Punch freezes, which is really nice as well. A little bit of RNG. He is paralyzed, but I actually sort of want him to do damage here just to show off how little we're actually taking. So when he's at the 80% HP mark, he will remove our buffs, which is why I'm hesitant to set up more Iron Defenses. It doesn't really make sense. He's not doing a lot of damage to us, though. This is fine. So we could Terra. I don't really care to Terra at this point. I like the Dragon typing at the moment, so we can resist the Liquidation, which will do a little bit more damage. All right. I mean, he's taking us down a little bit, down half. But if it does, actually, I might go for one Screech here, just to see if we can get lucky to make this go a little bit quicker because we are in a good position. He resets his own stats to 65, so we may be able to get one good hit off. Still above 50%. All right, so this is perfect. Now we are immediately going to hit Iron Defense 3 times. 3 Iron Defenses. And if you ever get low on HP, I would recommend tearing immediately and going for Body Press. But he did get Flint or Paralyzed, so hey, that is nice. But he wouldn't be doing a lot of damage to us anyways. So he puts up a shield. That's fine. We might be able to capitalize on this Screech, though, but it's going to take us 3 turns to get there. So another Iron Defense. So now we're +4 defense. Even if he resets his stats, it's fine. It doesn't really matter because now we're +6. So we're super fine at this point. And the Raid Timer is working in our favor. And he will do one Dragon Dance later, but that doesn't honestly matter. Earthquake comes in. That did 3 damage. That hit me for 3 damage. All right, so we're going to Terra Fighting, Body Press, and we're just going to dumpster him at this point. I mean, he's also -2 defense. He's definitely going to reset his defenses after this, but we did get that one Screech off. So, you know, hey, we won that 85% chance of hitting the Screech, but there we go. And we're just going to pop off on Body Press for the rest of his raid because he will not remove our defensive buffs at this point. And that does a lot. That does a lot. That just cut his shield right in half. He got absolutely cooked, which is why I think Screech is sort of really nice, especially if you're doing a solo and you're trying to farm it yourself. It makes the race significantly faster. We might get another one off before he removes his defenses. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What do I want? At this point, the raid's over. I mean, we're over the 50% mark. We might finish pretty close to 50%. But, you know, it is what it is. Liquidation. Yeah, I mean, that's a stab move, and he's doing nothing to us. That's his best damaging move to us at this point, because it is stabbing on, psychic things. And we break right through the shield. Right at that 50% mark. And now we gotta go through his animation, break the shield. He's like, oh no, why is this happening to me? Hit him with another Body Press. I don't even have a PP up or PP max on this. I've only used 3 Body Presses in this raid. And one more will take him out pretty much right there at that 50%. And it's a wrap. That's it. Como-O is incredible. Absolutely incredible. I mean, it does help to have any sort of Intimidators, of course, but you could clear this. You could honestly clear this with any Intimidators or any Gardevoir on your team, but even if you don't have any Intimidators, you can see in my live stream, we've cleared this with Como-O, and it was pretty freaking easy. And we didn't get any Urban Mystica, but that's okay. But anyways, guys, there you have it. That is, in my opinion, the best solo build that works for any AI partner in the game. And of course, guys, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a good one.